Hi everyone! Today I am not me. This is my, well, what do you want to see? You want to be model for the day, Taylor?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll be whatever you want me to be.
You can be whoever you want to be too. It works. I'm going to be doing makeup on her today because we're going to take pictures. It's going to be fun and because she's flawless and working it. Okay, so I don't really know. I have no idea what I'm going to do. So we'll just figure this out as we go along. We're just going to take the remaining anything if you have on your face at all, we're going to take it off using Boots Expert Sensitive Cleansing Lotion. But it doesn't require any water. It's not as harsh as a wipe. And then it kind of like leaves your skin a little moisturized at the same time whenever you're done. So that's good.
I use baby shampoo to get all the makeup out of my eyelashes.
Hey, that's smart. Let's see. You are fairly neutral toned.
What does that mean?
Like you don't have really strong yellow in your skin, you don't have really strong pink. Like I'm kind of golden, right? And the Maybelline Fit Me, which I love because it's super dewy, super dewy. Do you want me to use the Chanel foundation brush on you today? Would that feel really glam? Because I can.
I believe you. I believe it'll feel really glam.
It really will. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness, you're 110 in Maybelline then, basically. And I actually like to go in and blend out with a damp sponge, so that's what I'm going to do. To be seamless, I'm going to do thin layers. But I think what I want to do is just like keep it really kind of simple because, you know, you have a face that can carry off extreme and simple.
Did I tell you what I wanted to do with my hair?
Huh.
I want to bleach it until I can tone it white.
Please and thank you. Yes, agreed. It would look so glam on you. Oh. I actually wanted to do that for a while too, but see, your fair skin will carry it off. Mine just would make it look better. Turn for the light. But it's good. Don't go in the sun. Do not go in the sun. Do you find it difficult to find foundations that match?
Oh, yes.
I think maybe people experience the same thing, and so they think the answer is getting a tan, but cancer's not the answer. Did that rhyme a little bit? I think so.
It did.
And I didn't even put like extra moisturizer on the skin because I think that because the foundation's so dewy and because the cleansing lotion already leaves the skin kind of moisturized and hydrated and smooth, there was really no point. And I think primers, mainly, I think their main use is for longevity. You know, like if you want to smooth it out, just use a nice moisturizer, but you don't even really, you know, need a primer or anything because we're not even going to keep this on that long.
When I modeled, this was always my favorite part because I could almost fall asleep in the chair.
Oh my goodness, I know, especially when the brushes are super soft sometimes. Does she not look like Anne Hathaway? Really? Like, but with an edge, which I like the edge. The edge is the edge that gives you the edge. Do you know what I mean?
I feel you. I feel you.
Feel that.
I went on Omegle and everybody screamed at Anne Hathaway when they saw me. It's really funny.
Okay, and then we're going to just take the remaining that I have down the neck to blend everything perfectly. It's a NYX Green Concealer. We're just seeing if it works. I can't. See, this is the problem, YouTube, is anytime, and not that you have bad skin by any means, but whenever you see like models' makeup being done on any YouTube channel, the models always have like zero, like it's like their skin is not even real. And that makes me mad because nobody's skin is perfect like that. Nobody's. I don't care who you are. Everybody has a blemish now or then. It happens. It's human nature. That's not even human nature. It's chemistry of, I don't know. But it happens. And that is okay. So we built up some sheer layers of that foundation, and it's nice and glowy. Now I think we'll just keep it very simple with the eyes, brows, and lips. This is I've never talked about this, but this is the Sonia Kashuk. It is the brow kit. It's called Arch Alert, and it's got 4 creamy waxes in here. A red, or like an auburn, a lighter blonde, a dark brown, and a medium taupey brown. And it's great, like, because you can essentially make any brow color that you want just based off of, you know, whoever's hair color that you're working with. And it was really inexpensive. I think it was like $6 or $7 at Target. Did you bleach your brows too?
Just a little.
I like it. I think you'd look good with no eyebrows.
I've been told.
Like Laura Stone. So I'm just gonna, I really want to put some focus on the brows because her face can carry off brows, like strong brows, very well. We've seen it before, her and I, we both have, how you can have strong brows and it works for you. So I'm gonna play with that, and I'm gonna use a variety of the colors of the shades just to give some dimension. So I'm gonna use like the darker shades towards the arch and use like the lighter shades throughout the entire brow. And just like these thin little strokes, but just to be safe. Better safe than sorry.
I've been using mascara on them before I bleached them.
Like black mascara or brown mascara?
Black mascara.
Hey, here you go. I'm going to use the NYX HD primer, the eyeshadow base, because I really like it. It's quite good and, again, inexpensive, which I am... Oh! This is not my career. I do not get paid for this. So when you're in high school, you kind of got to go with the inexpensive products, especially when starting your kit. Which is kind of selfish of me because I like get these inexpensive products for my kit and then I buy Chanel for myself. But hey. I'm going to use this because I hardly get a use for this, but it's actually a really interesting kind of color. It's Fathom by NARS. It's this light, like really pretty ballerina pink. But it has very little color payoff, and the only thing you can really see are the little sparkles, which in photography they don't show up extremely well, and I kind of like that. It just gives the eyes a nice kind of base. You use it like underneath matte shadows, and the sparkle kind of shows through when you put something matte on top. So I'm just taking a 224 and I am just gonna put that over the entire lid just to give a little bit of a base. Like I said, we're keeping everything nice and simple, and I think the next thing to do would be to just softly, very softly define the crease. Just with like a basic matte brown shadow. So you could use something like Cork or Wedge or even Omega if someone's extremely pale, but I'm going to use this Inglot one, Matte 342, which is a grayish brown right here. I'm going to take it on a 217 and I'm going to move this over. 217, and actually what I like to do when softly defining the crease is I just take most of the excess off on the back of my hand, and then I just like to define, you know, back and forth. Very simple. I think a lot of us know how to do this. So just very softly defining the crease. Just because Taylor's got really beautiful big eyes and we want to emphasize that by adding some depth. Buff everything on a little bit more. Let's see how that looks. And I think I want to define the lash line. Cream eyeliner and really just kind of wedge it into the lashes. So some brown gel eyeliner and a little brush that's not really a liner brush so much as it is just a little detail type of brush. Looks like that. You can't even see. So what I'm going to do is, if you'll close your eyes, I'm going to raise the eyebrow and then just kind of really start wedging the eyeliner in there. Not even drawing a line, just pushing into it essentially. Eyeshadow brush even would work and just kind of soften it so we don't have any harsh lines at all. Let's see. Yeah, so you guys can see it just defines everything a little bit more, especially if you already have, like, obviously if you have thick lashes this is not essential, but if you don't, it's a good way to thicken them up. It's like, what, I mean, I know you said you use mascara on your brows, or so you used to. What other, like, makeup do you?
Just a light brown.
Just like on your eyes, all over your eyes? Just like light brown?
No, not NARS. I'm sorry, it's Naked.
Oh, the Naked palette.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That one. What's your favorite color from that?
Smog.
Smog is beautiful. Oh, okay. So what I did is took off some of the liner on the back of my hand, and I'm going to do the same thing for the lower lashes, so if you look up. But I wanted to take most of it off because I don't want there to be a harsh line at all. Okay, do you want to put on your own mascara?
Do you want to?
I mean, it's up to you.
I'm not afraid of you.
Okay. The e.l.f. one is good for if you have big eyes. So look straight forward. Wedge it in here. Tell me if I'm hurting you. And I'm going to do that real quick. Just use your mascara. So this is Taylor's. Her big, great lash. So what I'm going to do is, best way, look down and to the right, or the left, yeah, where you were looking the other way. So really just want to wedge it at the root of the lashes. Since we're working on like that, you know, the thickening of the root of the lashes, I don't want to put the mascara on the ends so much as I want to put them at the root. So wiggle at the root. So you can see her lashes are glam, and you are blessed, my child. You are blessed. And then let's see, on the lower, look up for me. We'll just do a little bit on the lowers. Mainly on the outer corner, I think. Yeah. And then I even want to comb those through. Okay, so I know, but do you want to tell everybody else what you used to do?
You mean like modeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to model. I used to do runway. And because I live in Texas, that's mostly all that there is.
There's not a lot of good hurt.
No, I'm fine. It's a lot of print work. There's no print work here. That's mostly only once you get really popular. But I was about an inch short.
The other side.
And my hips are about an inch and a half too big.
By model standards.
By
but not
model
by,
standards. So no more. I mean, I enjoyed it. I liked meeting the people and the people that worked. Like the hairstylist and the makeup artist were always really cool. My agent was great. And the hip thing, that's not really my fault. Like, that's where my bone ends. I would try to lose weight, but it wouldn't really affect my hips, so.
Do a little bit of brightening underneath the eyes, which is my new favorite thing in the world.
Oh yeah.
Just use some highlighting concealer around or underneath the eyes and on the sides of the face, or on the sides of the mouth. And then I'm honestly just going to use the same foundation brush. There's no point in getting an extra brush dirty when this will do exactly what you need it to. Good old trusty foundation brushes. They do everything but pay the bills, essentially.
Did I tell you that I did my hair myself?
You mean cut it yourself?
Oh yeah,
Oh my
colored
goodness. How was that?
It was good. I think I cut it myself like for the past 4 months since I left for school.
When you were allowed to do whatever you wanted?
Oh yeah. Well, I was living with my grandmother.
Huh?
I was living with my grandmother.
Oh, how did she like that? She was like, you go, Taylor. So you can see the brightening that just a little bit of the concealer, the highlighting concealer did. So that's what we want. We want bright and fresh and healthy and dewy and radiant. We're going to start with that, and then we can go to drama if you want to go to drama.
Oh yeah.
And then I think we can do a little bit on the brow bone as well. And this Maybelline concealer I really like because it has more of a concealing effect than a highlighting one. Because you know some of the some concealers, you know, the highlighting concealers, the 2-in-1, are just pure highlighter, which is fine, you know, but I personally like it to have a little bit more of a coverage while still giving that really light and healthy look. The highlighting side of this like e.l.f. under eye concealer highlighter that you guys know I like, I'm gonna use that because it is very, very, very pale in color, and it doesn't pull too strongly pink, which I like. So I'm going to take just a small foundation brush just because I don't want to kind of get the other one too highlighted. And I'm just going to bring this around in the C shape, around, up, around, onto the brow, above the brow. and then on the cheekbone, and kind of blend it in and work it and kind of fade it inwards. Do you know what I mean? So closer to the eye, I think. I personally like it like that. On the cheekbone, blend it out with the same foundation brush. I'll do some on the Cupid's bow, some on the bridge of the nose, and bring some into the inner corner. Why not? We'll try this. Put a little bit closer, sorry, on the center of the lid, just to bring in as much light as we can. And I know that there's the rule of like no cream on top of powder products, but I just did it and you can get over it. It's this nice, like, really kind of bright, what is this called? Coral? I guess that's what you could call it. Again, with cream blushes, I like to use a foundation brush. And so I'm going to get a significant amount of the product on the brush, and then I'm going to remove the excess on my hand, just so you can kind of gauge, you know, how much you're actually putting on by how it applies on your hand. And then any of the excess that you rub off on your hand, that's what you can work with instead of dipping back in the compact or whatever it is, because then you might end up with too much product. I'm just going to put this on the cheekbone, a little bit underneath the cheekbone, and bring it onto the apple. I don't want it to be too strong, but I do want there to be this fresh element. Can you turn and see the light? I think for some reason it's like you can just keep taking more and more blush without looking like you're wearing anything. I appreciate that. You know what? We're gonna go all out. This color is by Sleek. It's a Pout Paint, and it is technically for your lips, but it's uber pigmented, super pretty. It's not as bright, but it's that really beautiful color. No shimmer, which I really quite enjoy and prefer. Just want to get as much product off as I can because this is some bright stuff.
You can never really find matte makeup.
Matte makeup? Yeah, everything tends to have shimmer in it nowadays, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And if you find a matte texture, or a matte product, the texture sometimes is too dry and difficult to work with, and you know, all that jazz. We're going to blend it out with the foundation brush. You can blend around the edges if you just need the edges blurred, or you can go on top of it completely if you want to tone down the intensity. So I like to just do thin layers because then you can kind of really have control of how much goes on. Now I want to set some of the makeup. I didn't use hardly any powder products. It's the Tarte, the Amazonian clay, whatever it's called, wedge sponge. Because when you push the things into the skin, it helps camouflage pores even more, and helps things photograph a little bit better and prevents it from being as silica-y. A lot of the extra is taking the wedge sponge. And I'm going to push this right on the sides of the nose to take down any pores and shine that might be there. Do the same on the other side. Do a bit on the tip of the nose, some on the chin. Just anywhere where shine is it's a little frowned upon, I guess you could say. Okay, lips, we're keeping it, again, simple, simple, simple. So same Sleek Pout Paint. That's gonna be too much. It's a nice, like, semi-dusty rose color, but it's still like bright enough. It's the same color I used on the cheeks, which I like doing, by the by. Coordinating the eye and the cheek and the lip. I think it can look very nice. But we're gonna change the texture on the lips. We're gonna do a, I think we'll add a little gloss on top. I'm using a lip brush to really kind of keep it soft, but also really work the product in, so that way it doesn't fade while we're taking photographs. I want to add some gold. I technically made this gloss myself. It's just clear gold, or clear gloss with a little bit of that, actually that reflex gold that you gave me. So it has a little bit of the gold shimmer, not unlike the look on your eyes with a little hint of shimmery glitter. Okay, so technically I think you are done. Okay, so bye guys. Bye, see you later.